Here's the reality of pitching shows or trying to get your show on a network or trying to get Netflix or one of these people to pick it up, right? There's so much nepotism happening, number one, that in every industry it's happening, right? All those submissions you submit for your idea, blah, blah, blah. I have a feeling that the people who get chosen have some sort of indirect connection with the judging party or the deciding groups, right? So they know the criteria they're looking for because they tell you the criteria, but you don't know what to stress more than other things, right? How much do I push on the POC immigrant thing versus how much do I focus on like story? Because a lot of the things that are coming out these days, it's the focus isn't even. I feel like they think first, okay, 3 lesbians are in a house together, and then let's write the story, you know, or like a new immigrant is here from India, and he's an immigrant, and he's escaping racism, or it's a refugee situation. Now let's write the story, you know. They go with whichever way the political correctness and like pop culture, whichever way it's blowing is the way that these people go. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't think that something that's good is going to get chosen. Merit doesn't seem to have any sort of like contribution or any sort of factor into this thing. We submitted that first cut of micros to so many things, and it was like the first thing I did. So I get it. There's like pros out there, but you're submitting to this person, you're doing a full description, you're making sure to write immigrant and Muslim and religion every opportunity you get, because I feel like they almost filter shit based on those keywords. Lesbian, transgender, POC, black, immigrant, molested, mental health. You know what I mean? They fucking, one of those, they're filtering all of your submissions based on that, and then it goes into a thing. So even my buddy who sells shows to CBC and who sold shows, he told me, lean in on that. Because I was saying immigrant thing. He's like, no, put in Muslim, put in this. Like, they really have an agenda. They don't necessarily care how good it is. They just want to be able to align themselves with the most in thing, you know? So here we are packaging all this stuff and pitching it and hoping that that's all we're always talking about. Like me and like some of the artists I'm with, Conrad Osei, you know, he's a filmmaker, comedian. Mark Corliss, he's the director. I'm gonna have him on the pod. I'm actually gonna have Mark on the podcast tomorrow, so it'll come out next week. But yeah, like we really want to pitch it to people, but it's like what happens as soon as things get pitched, it leaves your control completely. Because if someone wants it, then they're going to put real money behind it. Your little fun art thing is now a business, right? It needs to be profitable. Or in the case of CBC, it doesn't really need to be, because they just budget an art budget, and it doesn't need to make its money back, right? Like, you know, a Netflix or one of these places, they want a economically viable show that has a demographic out there that's going to be interested in something like that. Not necessarily CBC, because apparently, according to Mark, they get like a $2.4 billion a year budget from the government of Canada just to be like, support art in Canada, you know? And according to, it's only really the same people, the people who are already in the system that get chosen again. So all of us emerging artists, the system doesn't see us at all. They give, like, do you know if you are a Canadian, Canada's biggest, our most proud show is Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. It's called Kim's Convenience. It's about, you know, some Korean drama sitcom. I don't even know. I haven't even watched it. But anyways, it is the belle of the ball in Canada. $50-60 million annual, like, season budget. That's what Canada loves, you know? Ooh, not a lot of white people. Good. People think, and then like the reality is you walk the streets, it's the opposite of what this show shows. You know what I mean? But hey, you know what? We'll encapsulate the show. But emerging people that have ideas about The open mic scene is hilarious. The way we even wrote it. Everybody comes to the open mic scene. I've only met transgenders in the in the comedy scene. I've only met like non-binary and all these like type of people that are really coming into the spotlight. LGBTQ, all those people that I personally know are from the comedy scene. So it's like, how are you denying this stuff? It's a layup for you to be as inclusive as possible. But no, I'm not part of the little network of people that keeps getting this like grants to do fucking, what's it called? Documentaries. Apparently all the money. There's so much documentary money for some reason. Nobody wants to see a funny shit. Yeah? And just wait. We got some stuff working in the back burner. But then again, it's like, if they do take it, it becomes a business. So now this amazing idea, this script you have, suddenly they have to change it and twist it. And pretty much what happened to the Chappelle show. If you ever remember Chappelle talking like in early, I don't know if you're like me, there's like a 10-year blackout period of Chappelle where you no new Chappelle stuff. And I'd just be searching Chappelle behind the actor studio, this and that. But it's like that network pressure, the suits, the producers, that all comes into play. And it's like, what am I trying to do here? What's the end goal? If I have a good idea, it's like, is the end goal to get it out there by any means necessary? Or is the end goal to create it and get it out there in the purest form? Because getting it out there in the purest form, first of all, you may not have the money to do it. And to get the money to do it, you got to give up some of that creative control, right? So it's like this weird balance of like, where do you do it? That's the thing that I personally don't have access to Netflix. I don't know if you as a creator, I know that Netflix this summer, they had a Netflix submission. Submit to us. Submit your short thing idea. We submitted Micros. Obviously, we never heard back. They said, thank you for submitting, which was decent because I submitted to some people that didn't even give you the thank you for submission email, which is, you're fucked when you don't even get a board of people will review your shit in 3 to 4 months and we will get back to you. Until then, thank you. If you don't get that, you're done. So you either get that, they get you. But like I said, Netflix doesn't get involved. But again, that is for a tried and true person like Dave Chappelle. That is, again, for validated creators. Someone like me going in, it would probably be the same as any of these other networks. So you end up making a bastardized version of the thing you want. But at least your income is from the thing you created, right? At least I don't have to play this fucking trying to sell shit on Kijiji and doing this and doing that and then spending the same amount of hours on the side. So creators really, we really are just at the whim of the money people, So many studios, you're like, how do I create this? Okay, if I want to, let's say you wrote it really well and it's like, okay, it's 10, 15-minute web series episodes. We have 8 for the season. Each one will cost probably a G to do at least, to get the sound guy, to rent a nice camera, food for the actors. The actors wouldn't even be paid. Like for that price, you would only pay the sound guy. Last time Micers, Mark Corliss, he shot it. He didn't even take money because he's a fucking artist, So he didn't even take money for it. But still, like, normally a director or a DP, director of photography, would take money. So it's like, if you wanted to do this season and the actors are all doing it out of passion and it's only the cost of the rig and the camera and this and that, still a G-ish an episode at least, probably. So it's like you're still looking at 10 for the season. So it's like, how do you fund that? And that's like with total creative control. But where do you get 10 Gs? Do you crowdfund it? Or do you just put out the pilot and then you crowdfund the rest? We don't know. We're trying to figure it out. Because apparently that $2.4 billion that CBC allocates, that doesn't make it to people like me for some reason. The people writing and creating, it doesn't make it to people like us. It just makes it to people that are, part of the crew. But like I said, even if we did go that route, wouldn't even necessarily make a good product, right? So Yo, it's Abbas Wahab. That was a clip from this week's Patreon bonus episode. If you want to catch the rest or get access to weekly bonus episodes, just go to patreon.com/the Immigrant Section. Otherwise, episodes are going to keep coming out every Tuesday, same place, same time. If that's not enough for you, you got to become a certified refugee at patreon.com/the Immigrant Section. Weekly bonus episodes and more. Join the immigrant revolution, y'all. Until next time, peace.